Okay, so it's Graham McMillan from Open Road, and I'm here with our guest who's just spoken at our speaker breakfast, John Ashford from the Hawthorn Group in Washington, D.C. John, give us an overall feel for how Obama is doing right now.
It has been the winner of his discontent, to use the Bard's line. Um, when he was inaugurated, he had the highest popularity, personal favorability, job rating of any president in polling history. He therefore has fallen the farthest. So it appears worse than it is. He's fallen to almost precisely where Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton were at this point in their presidencies. Troubling for him, he's about dead even 47% approve, 47% disapprove. The problem is when you bore in and ask them about health care, his handling of health care, his handling of the economy, it starts to go negative by about 10 points on each specific item. So he's struggling to maintain popularity and control.
And how do you assess the policy landscape at the moment? What are his key challenges in front of Congress, and what do you think will potentially get through, and what do you think might fall by the wayside?
Well, he's certainly going to talk about what has already passed. He won a historic victory with health care. Not entirely clear that that pleases about 50% of the American public. But if he had failed to win that victory, losing it would have been truly fatal. He'll talk about health care. He'll talk about the stimulus package. He'll talk about wage discrimination, credit card practices, a variety of other victories he's won. The biggest issue out there to win is financial regulatory reform. That will happen. He will win that. The exact nature, makeup of it, still a lot of debate. But the Senate will pass something this month or next month, and it will be done by summer. Uh, what may fail to pass, certainly what will fail to pass, is a comprehensive climate change bill. Some smaller version of it, an energy only renewable source bill, might pass. Um, he's going to put some muscle behind his Afghan troop bill, behind the nuclear arms pact. Don't know that that'll get ratified, but it certainly won't be defeated. And of course, the victory he has to win, imposed on him, is he has to nominate a new justice to the Supreme Court of the United States with the retirement of liberal John Paul Stevens. And if he goes too liberal, he'll have the fight of his life on his hands.
And talking of the fight of his life, what do you see the prospects for the midterms? Is there going to be a change of control in the Senate and the House?
Historically, every single president, with the exception of the last President Bush because of 9/11, set that aside. With that exception, every single president loses seats in the first midterm after they're elected. Well, who knows why? Buyer's remorse, perhaps. Uh, the Democrats will lose seats in the Senate. They will not lose control of the Senate. The Republicans just have to win absolutely everything that's possibly conceivable, and it's too great a reach. The Republicans, however, are likely to win control of the Senate 2 years from now when there'll be 21, 22, 23 Democrats up and only 9 Republicans. Uh, the House of Representatives is a different matter. Uh, there are probably 60 Democrats in trouble uh, and only 5 or 6 Republicans. So the Republicans could take control of the House of Representatives.
And if that happens, if we imagine a situation where the Senate remains in Democrat hands, but the House has changed, what prospects do you think are there of any legislative reform getting through, and in what areas?
I've got to believe a divided House and Senate will simply lead to more gridlock. It's hard to see how anything passes. The key bills, the stimulus bill, all the health care bills, passed on straight party line votes. That's very unusual for the United States. We've always been a Congress of cross-party coalitions. Uh, so if you give control to the other party in the House and the votes continue to be straight party line, I mean, the Democrats couldn't cut deals with the Republicans when the Democrats were in power. How are they going to do it as a minority party?
What about jobs? Is jobs the key issue in the US right now, and what chances do you think Obama has of being associated with a reduction in unemployment?
Historically, presidents get credit or blame for whatever happens in the economy, frequently when it was the result of actions taken by their predecessor. Uh, that said, America's unemployment is at about 9.7%. That's 15 million Americans out of work. About 6 million of them have been out of work for 7 to 8 months. Underemployment is probably closer to 18, 20%. Um, if those numbers come down, Obama will get credit. If they don't, he will be blamed.
And here's a question putting you on the spot. If you had to bet on whether Obama would get 2 terms right now, would you bet that he would, or would you bet that he wouldn't?
Hard for me to be objective because I'm a passionate supporter of Barack Obama personally. That said, never underestimate the ability of the Republicans to self-destruct. Although Mark Twain said, I'm not a member of an organized political party, I'm a Democrat. If you look at the Republicans, Harry Reid, the Democratic majority leader, Senate majority leader from Nevada, has only got about 34% approval in his state, and yet they haven't found a credible Republican to oppose him. For Obama to lose, someone has to beat him. I don't see the Republican out there, with the possible exception of Mitt Romney, and there are complications there with his religion. I don't see the Republican out there who beats Barack Obama, but that may be wishful thinking.
And is Sarah Palin likely to attempt to be the Republican nominee?
Oh, I think she'll take a strong run at it unless it just becomes commercially too costly for her. I don't think I'm not an expert on Republican intra-party politics. I don't think there's any way they would ever give her the nomination. Yet she is the most colorful and most exciting person possibly in either political party right now. To the conservative right, to the disaffected, to the angry, she is a real rock star.
And finally, you've worked with Barack Obama yourself. Tell us a little bit about the man. What's he like? What drives him?
Barack Obama may be the most decent, centered, level-headed person that has held that office since Harry Truman. I have spent time with, long before he was president, long before he was senator. I have spent time with him, with his family, with his children. He is a man of strong beliefs. He is a moderate. He's a pragmatist. He understands that politics is the art of the possible. I felt very good because I thought America needed to make the statement when we elected an African American president. But I feel very good about the presidency being in Barack Obama's hands. He will try very hard to do the right thing.
John Ashford of the Hawthorn Group, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us today.
Thank you.